live like a king. 25 euros for a week. Wow. Hello, you lovely people, and welcome to another video. If we haven't met yet, my name is Coco, and I like to talk mostly about sustainability, zero waste, but also frugal living. Today, I think, is a great day. I am in an exceptionally good mood because there was a family matter that weighed on my mind for quite a while. Now, I won't go into detail because it's a private thing. Let me just tell you that for a long time I thought I'm fine with it, I don't need to talk about it, and yesterday I realized, no, I do need to talk about it. And I did talk about it, and now I feel much, much better. I feel like really a weight has been lifted off my mind. So it's a good day. And I felt so energized by this development that I thought, hey, let's make another video, because somebody asked me to do a realistic budget for 1 or 2 weeks. Samantha says, can you do a 2-week budget for around 40 or 50 euros? Most people I know do 2 weeks major shopping and then just pick up a bit here or there in between. It would be nice to live off 100 euros a month. And Samantha, it's my pleasure to do that. I am very sure that we can live off 100 euros a month without any problems. We will go through all the steps that I usually take when I plan my meals and the groceries that I have to buy. First, we shall have a look at the pantry and the fridge and see what's there, because you always want to use up first what's there. Then we will have a look at the sales ads of my local supermarkets. And then we will have a look at the recipes. I have a list with all recipes that my boyfriend and I like. So I will pick some recipes for the following week. And after that, we go shopping. Now, I'll see if I will go shopping for 2 weeks in advance, or possibly I will just buy stuff now for 1 week, because for me, it's a bit hard to go shopping for 2 weeks at once because I don't have a car. I have a bicycle. So I will probably just buy a maximum of 25 euros for this week, and then the next week 25 euros again. But you can always buy everything together. You know what I mean? I hope I didn't make this too complicated. All right, let's go. As you might know, I live in a small apartment, which means I don't really have a huge pantry. Part of my pantry is this drawer here. And we do have here all my lovely spices. I love to use all of them. But what have we in terms of dry goods? We do have rice, always a winner. We do have red lentils, nice. We do have black beans, and there's a bit of flour, and that's cornstarch. I will take that out, and that's grits. I'll leave that in there because I'm not sure if I want to cook anything with that. Okay, so this is half of my pantry, and I'll show you the rest. And then out here in the hallway is just this little closet that we have. We store a lot in there, not just our groceries. So basically the second part of my pantry are these 2 bins, and I'll just take them out and show you what's in there. Okay, this is from the drawer. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Obviously, pasta. I always have pasta in my pantry, although this is only, what's left in here? Maybe 300 grams worth of pasta, so not too much. I prefer to have at least 1 kilo at home, if possible. So that would be around 2 pounds. Then we have coffee in here, essential for my well-being, but nothing we can eat. I've got still a bag of oats here, some olive oil that we don't need yet because I still have olive oil in there. This is garam masala, this is a spice, so we also don't necessarily use that now. I still have some in there. I do have kidney beans as well. Nice. So some panko breadcrumbs, so in case we need them, we have them. This is a little bit of couscous. It's not too much. It's not too much, but couscous. And also some chickpeas. Not a lot of left, but I mean, these are dried chickpeas, so if you put them in water, if you soak them, if you cook them, that would probably be 3 times of what you see in here now. So that would be at least 1 can of chickpeas, possibly 2 cans of chickpeas, like in the cooked variety. Okay, so that's what we have here. Mainly pasta, kidney beans, oats, a little bit of chickpeas and a little bit of couscous. In the second bin, we have salt here. That is also just like a staple, but we still have salt over there as well, so we don't need it. We have pineapple. Oh yay, I love that. Pineapple. We have some tomato paste. I don't know if you remember that. I bought that for one of the budget challenge videos and it's still here. Nice. 1 tiny can of tomato paste, and then here we have more tomato paste. What else do we have here? We've got dried mushrooms. I don't really use dried mushrooms that much in my cooking. I rather use it in the form of mushroom powder. Because if you like to cook vegan, but you also like this umami taste, mushroom powder gives you a lot of umami taste. So what I do is I buy these dry, put them in the Thermomix and grind them up, and then just use that as a spice. So this is also more like a spice. I'll put that away. We don't really use that. We also have a bag of pistachios. Oh yeah, it says here best before August of 2023. A bit over the best by date, but it's pistachios. It's nuts. I mean, I'll try them. If they don't taste good anymore, we won't use them, but they are here. Then coconut milk. Oh, I bought that once and thought I'd make a curry with it, and I never did. So it's also been in there for a while. What else? This is a lot of jam. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 glasses of jam. My mom loves to give me jam and I like it, or marmalade jam. I don't really know what's the difference, but we have so much that it takes us a long time to eat it all up. We have garlic in oil. Don't know if we'll use that. I've got baked beans. 2 glasses of baked beans that also have been in there for a long time. More dried mushrooms. This is a tin of ratatouille. That is that was a gift from one of our friends. She's half French, or is she totally French? I don't know. We call her Frenchie. She speaks German like a German, but I think she's originally from France. And she visited France a while ago and brought us this ratatouille in a can. So I will not eat that in this week. This is something special that Toby and I will have at some point. But this goes back. We just keep it in there. I also have, well, chocolate. That's more for baking. We'll keep that in here. This is green tea. Also not for food. And some seaweed sheets for sushi. Interesting. I might just throw that in somewhere. Okay, and balsamic vinegar cream. This is also just a backup. We still have some in there, so I'll put that back. Now let's have a look at the fridge. Hello there in the fridge. So, what do we have in here? Let's see. We do have 1 cup of cream. I still have that from my last food sharing experience. I think I mentioned that in one of my videos. I didn't use it for the video, so I still have 1 cup of cream. Then I do have vegan butter, basically always. I still have 2 vegan cordon bleus, also from food sharing. Yeah, the last ones I ate, they were totally fine. And even though this is way above the best by date, I will still eat them. They are just still good to eat. Okay, what else do we have? Not much else. So basically, the vegan cordon bleus, vegan butter, I have a few sad carrots in here. And oh my god, some really, really old tofu. This, I don't know if we can still use this. This was Best Buy September 2023. Now it's May 2024. I will try it, guys. I will see if it's still good. In terms of fresh fruit and veg, we have 2 bananas. Don't worry if they have a few black spots, that just means they are ripe, okay? These are perfectly fine. However, bell pepper has seen better days. We definitely need to use that up. And here's another one. So 1 green and red bell pepper, wrinkly. These lemons also have seen better days, and I've got 2 oranges down here. And up here, just a few tomatoes and an aspirin for some reason. Well, and then we have a lot of garlic and onions. As I told you before, I always have onions and garlic in my home. If I don't have that in my home, that's a big problem. So this is everything we have. Now let's get planning. All right, so now that we know what we have in the pantry, now we're looking at the sales ads of all the supermarkets in our vicinity. Nowadays, every supermarket has an app, and I have all of the apps on my phone for Lidl, for Aldi, but also for specific German supermarkets like Edeka, Netto or Rewe. Now, I already screened through the sales ads because we don't have to look at all of them together. And I noted that Edeka has some really interesting sales this week. For example, they have Barilla pasta, 500 grams or around about a pound for 79 cents. That is a pretty awesome price. And on that price, I'll definitely stock up. You saw I didn't have much pasta left in my pantry, so I will definitely buy like 3 or 4 bags of pasta. And then I also see that they have tomatoes, a kilo for €1. Zucchini, a kilo for €1.49. That might be worth looking into. The vegan steak from the Green Mountain, they sell for €2.99, and no, it costs usually €4.80 now. Everything has become so expensive, which is why I only buy it when it's on sale. We need to get those. I don't always cook with vegan fake meat, but these steaks, Toby loves them, I love them, so we definitely buy these steaks. They are rather expensive. If you're on a budget, 1 steak for €2.99, I understand, but it's okay. I feel like I have €25 in my budget for this week. It's like, live like a king. €25 for a week. Wow. Sorry. Next step is for me always to have a look at my recipe collection. I'm really bad at deciding every day what to cook, so I just collected all the recipes that Toby and I like. I don't always cook the same things, but I also have no problem with cooking the same recipes again and again because we like them, okay? So I grouped these recipes into potato dishes, pasta dishes, rice dishes, flour dishes, which is in Bavaria a thing, veggie dishes, and legumes. That means in terms of tofu, since I don't eat meat, you know, in terms of tofu or lentils or chickpeas or beans. What I try to do is usually get 1 recipe from each group. I will not use any potato dishes this week because potatoes for me are more a winter thing, and now it's spring, so I really don't want to eat potatoes at the moment. But pasta, as I said, pasta is on sale and it's spring, so I really like pasta salad. So that is why I chose pasta salad. By the way, I already made some notes here. I wrote down what I have in the pantry, I wrote down what is on sale, and then I wrote down some possible meals. So pasta salad is right here from this section. Then from the rice section, I decided to make a curry. because we already have the rice at home, we have the pineapples at home, and let me see, the tofu, we'll try to use up the tofu. So then, flour dishes. I don't necessarily feel like cooking anything from here this week. You know, you don't have to, it's just a possibility. But if you count bread as a flour dish, then obviously we'll make some bread for breakfast. So that could be the flour dish. And then under the veggie section, since I saw that tomatoes and zucchini are on sale in Edeka, I will make ratatouille. That is my favorite dish in the summertime. It's basically just a lot of tomatoes and zucchini and bell peppers and garlic and onion. And I think traditionally you would make it in a pot, but I make it in an oven-safe dish in the oven, and that is divine. It tastes so good. It tastes like summer for me, and we will eat that with rice as well. So this week is going to be a lot of rice, but I don't mind because I like it. And then for breakfast, we'll make some bread. I've really gotten into making my own bread now. It's fascinating. So easy, and it tastes really good. So we will eat bread with baked beans and bananas and some butter and marmalade, because I have the baked beans and I have the bananas and I have the vegan butter and the marmalade, and that's it. So what we need to buy is mostly the tomatoes and the zucchini for the ratatouille. The pasta, obviously, we will stock up on that, and the vegan steaks, and then also some veggies as sides for the vegan steaks. But apart from that, I don't think we need anything. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our haul. I said I wanted to stock up on Barilla pasta because it was 79 cents a box, and that I definitely did. I have 1 box of fusilli, 2 boxes of penne, and 2 boxes of spaghetti. So for that, I paid €3.95 for 5 boxes of pasta. Ah, great. Then we bought a bag of flour, like everywhere else, the basic version, wheat flour, 65 cents. I bought 2 packages of veggies, butter veggies. I already used those in one of my former videos. It's very, very nice. You have different vegetables with some butter and some seasoning. All you have to do is put them in a pot, warm them up, cook them for a bit. They're done. Perfect. I love these. And it's organic. So one of these boxes was €1.49. I bought a liter of oat milk simply because I put it in my coffee. I don't need it for any of the recipes that I planned. It just goes in my coffee. And usually I buy oat milk in a refillable bottle or a reusable bottle, but I could not get to the store where I usually buy that. And I don't beat myself up about it if I cannot be completely zero waste. So if I just cannot get to the store, I will buy the milk in a Tetra Pak. So that was, by the way, €2.49. That is one of the most expensive things I have bought this week. Then we've got some apples, 3 Braeburn apples. A kilo costs about €3, I think. So I'll see later what that exactly was. These will also be not for a recipe, just snacks. Just when I feel like having an apple, I will have an apple. Then we have 1 can of corn, also organic, for €1 and I think 19 cents. I've got the tomatoes that were on sale, about 700 grams, so a bit more than a pound, 1.5 pounds approximately. That was 1 kilo €1, so that was a bargain. Absolutely great. 1 paprika or bell pepper for a kilo was €3.99, so this was probably less than €1. Then some zucchini, also on sale, and some mushrooms. I don't go shopping at Edeka too often anymore, which is a shame because they have mushrooms without any packaging. And I always feel bad buying them in plastic, but if I can get them without plastic, nice. So we might put these into our curry that I planned. You know, you can put basically nearly everything in a curry, so mushrooms. And then on sale as well, the steaks, the vegan steaks by Green Mountain. Two, what is that? It's supposed to be like pork, so like pork, 2 of these, and then we have one, probably it's supposed to be beef. I mean, it's not real meat, obviously it's vegan meat, but it's supposed to taste like beef. And one of these packages, €3, so that was €9. And that means that all in all, I paid €27.87. My goal is to live for €100 a month, which seems, you know, now that I have done all these budget challenges, €100 a month sounds so much. I am slightly over €25 here, but please keep in mind that I stocked up on pasta, okay? I've got 5 boxes of pasta. I don't need to buy pasta for the next 5 weeks at least. And also we do have so many fresh veggies and fruit, so I'm very, very happy with this haul. Oh, apart from the pasta, obviously, I will not eat all of these steaks this week, so at least one of these packages is for next week as well. So it's not necessarily all for 1 week. We stocked up for the coming weeks as well. And that is what you should always do when you go shopping. If you see a great price on something that you can store, buy more, stock up, makes everything cheaper. Okie dokie, good. For breakfast this week, we're gonna make bread, and I hope you're not sick of it yet, because I sure am not. I have made bread in my budget challenge videos before. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link for you in the upper right hand corner. But this time we're going to use a different recipe, because my last recipe, or the last recipe that I used, required oat milk. And I thought, that's strange, because I sure think there should be recipes where you don't need oat milk and just water and maybe olive oil. And of course there is a recipe. I found it. Here it's called Italian white bread or wheat bread. 500 grams of wheat flour. Whoop. Just so you can see it, there is a scale inside the Thermomix, so it actually weighs everything while you put it in, which is very good. Then we need 2 teaspoons of salt. There that goes. Then we need the yeast. And 20 grams of olive oil. That's 21 grams, but that's fine. And last but not least, 320 grams of lukewarm water. Not cold water, lukewarm water. Oh, that was a little bit too much, but it doesn't matter. That's just fine. Okay, and then we put on the lid. And then we just push the button, and then it kneads the dough for about 3 minutes, and then it's done. This is the finished dough. Once it was ready, I put it onto the work surface here. I needed to use a little bit of flour because it was very, very sticky. I just formed it into a loaf, and then I put it here into the loaf pan. You need to grease the loaf pan with, I just used olive oil because I had that on hand. And I put it in there, and now we will cover it with a dishcloth, and then we will let it rest for 30 to 40 minutes so it can rise, and then we'll check back on it. This is the dough after it rested for 45 minutes. I gave it an extra 15 minutes. It seemed to need it, but now it has beautiful risen, and I cut it a few times with a knife, and I brushed it with a bit of water for a nicer crust. And now it goes in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius, 390 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes. Then we'll check on it. If it needs a bit more, we'll give it some more time. Otherwise, we'll just take it out. We'll see. This is the bread fresh out of the oven, and isn't it a beauty? It was in the oven for 30 minutes. I just took it out. It has a beautiful crust, and I can't wait to eat it. How can someone be so in love with their bread? I mean, I am German, so that accounts for probably 50% of my love for bread, but I am specifically in love with my own baked bread. You're so beautiful. Okay, let's move on. Here we have an example of one of my breakfasts. The bread turned out really good. I think I prefer the recipe with the oat milk. It's a little bit better, but this one is also really good. And I cut up one banana on 2 slices of bread, and this is my breakfast today with coffee, obviously. I could never leave the house without my coffee. Now, I have another banana for a second breakfast, and I also have, as you saw, 2 glasses of baked beans. Fun fact, Germans are not big on baked beans. This is a really British thing. Germans are not really aware of that, except for the fact that British people eat it. But I started to watch Click for Taz during the pandemic, and she is obsessed with baked beans. And so I just decided to give it a try because, it's beans, it's protein, it's good for you. And I was very surprised that I liked it. So now I occasionally buy baked beans. It's not like I have them very often, but it's an occasion. It's sometimes it happens. All right. Now I will eat my breakfast and have my coffee. Bye-bye. See you later. The first thing we're going to cook this week is ratatouille. As I mentioned, one of my favorite meals for summer, because that's when you can get the fresh veggies for a good price and they taste best, obviously, when they're fresh. So we have our tomatoes and zucchini. We've got our bell pepper that we bought and the 2 wrinkly bell peppers we still had left. And don't worry about it. When they're wrinkly, it doesn't matter. They are not bad, They did not go bad. They just lost a little bit of water, but that's it. So you can still put them in the dish. No worries. We've got an onion and some garlic from the pantry. We've got these very old lemons, but we can still cut them up and use the juice. And we've also got salt and pepper and olive oil. So what we do is we cut up all the veggies, put them in an oven-safe dish. We put a little bit of olive oil in there and the orange juice, some salt and pepper, and a twig of rosemary that I will get from the balcony in a second. And then that goes into the oven at 200 degrees Celsius, which is 390 degrees Fahrenheit approximately, for half an hour. Check on it, keep an eye on it, but that should do the trick. I will also add a little bit of veggie broth. That is best to keep it moist, so it doesn't get too dry. And then we will cook some white rice, and that's the first meal. And this is the ratatouille fresh out of the oven. I gave it an additional 20 minutes because I realized that I had doubled the original recipe, so it needed more time. I like it really to be well cooked through, like nearly cooked to mush. That's what I like. So this is it after 50 minutes in the oven. And over here we have the rice, and I will plate it up. And this ratatouille recipe makes 5 really big servings. And then over here we even have a little bit left. And let me tell you, this is so good. I mean, it's just veggies, but the combination of the veggies with the olive oil and the lemon juice and the salt and pepper and the rosemary, it's so good. So please let me now eat this. Nom. And something else is going on. We are cooking the chickpeas. I soaked them in cold water overnight, and now I'm boiling them in water with just a little bit of salt for 30 to 45 minutes. And once they're done, they are very, very soft. So I'll just test them after 30 minutes. If they're not soft enough, I'll give them another 15. And then if I'm able to smush them between my fingers very easily, then they are done. The second meal of the week will be pasta salad. I love pasta salad because basically you can throw in all the veggies that you have left and it will be delicious. We'll just chop up the wrinkly tomatoes and the wrinkly cucumber. And don't worry, I'll just cut away whatever is not good and the rest will go into the pasta salad. Then we also have some carrots left, red onion. That one I bought at Edeka as well. I think I forgot to show you earlier, but this was on the whole shopping list as well. And then we have the chickpeas and we have the corn, and we'll just put all of that together in a big bowl, and then we'll dress it like a regular salad. Here we have the cooked pasta, and these are the veggies. To be honest, I couldn't rescue much of the cucumber. It was very wrinkly, but we have a good amount of tomatoes and carrots and onion, and now we just put everything in here. Chickpeas, corn. And to be honest, this is not all the pasta. This is about 3/4 of the pasta. I left some out because I remember making this pasta salad once in one of my former videos, and then it was way too much for the bowl. So I left some pasta out, but it still will be way than enough food. For the dressing, we will use everything that I usually use for a regular salad: olive oil, balsamic vinegar, seasoned salt, Italian herbs, a little bit of sugar and pepper, and just in case we need it, a little bit more salt. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the finished product. It needed a lot of seasoning. I put in much more balsamic vinegar than I thought I had to. So also a lot more olive oil and quite a bit of salt and seasoned salt. It's a lot of pasta, and pasta doesn't taste like anything, so it needed a lot of seasoning. But try it for yourself. I don't want to give you exact amounts because I think it always depends on your taste. For my taste, I put in a lot, and it's really, really good. If you like pasta, pasta salad cannot be beaten. Let's plate it up. The pasta salad makes 5 big heaping portions, to be honest. Like, this is really full. And apart from all this pasta salad, we have a little bit of pasta left over here. Now, if I'm hungry, I will eat that plain because I'm weird like that. I love pasta. And if you don't like pasta, what are you doing on my channel? But if I want a bit more flavor, I will heat up a little bit of oil in a pan. We'll throw in the pasta and some garlic and some salt and pepper. And if we have cheese at home, I will put on cheese, and that's delicious. So this will not go to waste. It will just be an extra snack in between. But yeah, lots of pasta salad. Nom nom. The third meal of the week will be a curry, and I will totally wing it. I have no exact recipe, and we shall see how that goes. But basically, I have an onion and some garlic, and as always, we will brown it up in a pan. Onion and garlic just makes a lot of flavor, so I just put it in nearly every meal. Then we have the very questionable tofu. The best buy date was in September of last year. Now, I wonder if this could still be good because it's sealed in plastic, so no air gets to it. It was in the fridge at all times. Possibly it's still good, but don't worry. If I feel it's not good anymore, we won't use it. If the tofu is not good anymore, we will use some red lentils instead as a protein. So I'll be safe. Guys, it smells good. It tastes good. It doesn't look bad at all, like there's no visible sliminess or something like that. So I'm gonna cook it. Anyways, if the tofu is good, we will fry it up in a pan and add it to the curry later. We will brown up the onion and the garlic in a pan. We will add the cleaned mushrooms and the pineapple, and then put in some curry paste that I still have. And we will add the coconut milk and serve it over white rice. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what the finished product looks like. And to be honest, it's a bit of a weird mixture. I mean, it has everything that a regular curry could have: pineapples and mushrooms and tofu and coconut cream and lots of spices. But maybe I overdid it a little bit with the spices. I put in the curry paste and then some garam masala, some turmeric, some cumin. And then I tasted it and I was like, this is a bit weird. I added salt and pepper, that made it better, but it was still a bit weird. And then I looked at my spice drawer, and for some reason I thought, why not put in a little bit of cinnamon? I don't know why, but I did it, and it actually made it better. I'm not saying it's the best curry I ever made, but it definitely is good. So I plated up one portion
for your viewing pleasure here. I don't want to plate up everything because I want to store the rice and the curry separately. But as you can see, I mean, these were 2 scoops, and I would say there are at least another 3 servings in here. I've got more rice over here. I still have more rice in the pantry if I want to cook more. So yeah, at least another 4 servings, possibly 5.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of this video. I have to say, I kind of liked it. I mean, it's nice to not have a budget of just like €5 for a week. So 25 euros seemed like quite a luxury. I know that Samantha wanted sort of a video about 2 weeks on 50 bucks, but as I said, for me it's a bit too difficult to go shopping for 2 weeks at one time. My tiny bicycle and my tiny legs won't take it. So I decided to make a 4-part series out of this sort of thing. Samantha said she wanted to live on 100 bucks a month. She thought that would be nice. So in the end, we will have 1 month for 100 bucks, but I'll just split it up in 4 different weeks. Now, what did we learn in this week? First of all, always check out what you have in your pantry. There's a lot lying around usually there. And I'm very happy that we used up all the wrinkly veggies, which were still delicious, you know, you just cut away all the wrinkly parts, then they're still good. I was quite surprised that the tofu was still good, and you see, I'm still alive, so it still was edible. It still tasted fine. I do not encourage you to say, I'll just eat everything that is way over the best by date. No, I just say, please use your common sense. First of all, look at the things. Are they moldy? If they are moldy, don't eat them. Never. That's not a good idea. If they are not moldy, are they just a little bit wrinkly? That's not a problem. Smell them. Do they smell good? Good. Then you can taste them. Do they taste good? Don't eat like a kilo of it. Just a tiny little bit. And then you can taste. Is it still good? If it looks good, tastes good, smells good, it's usually still good to eat. Except for meat. Never go over the best by date, but they have the use by dates for meat. But I don't eat meat. So that's a plus for the vegetarian lifestyle, I guess. So what else did I learn? I don't like coconut milk. I bought this coconut milk for a recipe once because I thought, you know, vegan cooking, you have to use coconut milk. No, I don't like it. I have to say I didn't taste it that much in the curry. All in all, I liked the curry a lot. It was even better after a few days, but I don't necessarily want coconut milk again. I'll just use oat milk. You know, you don't always, if you don't like an ingredient, don't eat it. Which is weird, because I do like coconut in everything else. I like it in cookies, especially Christmas cookies. I occasionally drink, you know, a cocktail with coconut. That's fine, but I don't like it in curries. So I'm glad I also used up the coconut milk. That's gone. And I also used up a lot of other stuff. And now, when we go into the next week, please keep in mind, we still have a lot that I bought that I didn't use up. Last week I was slightly over budget, like €3 over the 25 bucks, but I have still all the vegan steaks and the veggies that I bought. I didn't even need to use them because I had so much food otherwise. So we have the vegan steaks and the veggies, plus we still have all the pasta in the world, and we still have quite a bit of flour. I already had some flour left in the pantry, and then I bought a kilo and I only used about half a kilo for my bread, so we still have flour. It's nice. And some other stuff as well that I didn't use. But you know, the beans, they don't go bad. They are dry, so that's fine. Well, I'm really interested to see the next week. I'm really motivated. I hope you like this format. Let me know if you do. Let me know if you don't. You know, if I should change something or whatever. Just tell me. I like the communication. Communication, as I said in the beginning, is very important. Talk about what you like and what you don't like, but be nice about it, okay? I try to be nice too. Good. I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Subscribes. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. As you know, I try to get over 1,000 subscribers, so I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. And apart from that, enjoy your time. See you in my next video. Bye bye.